Well, ladies and gentlemen, Six Fig Stock Trader, and today I'm going to talk to you guys about two different types of death crosses. What if I told you that they could be a bullish reversal signal? Mind blown, let's get into this. So welcome back to the channel, everyone. I hope you're having a wonderful day wherever you are at in the world. Check me out on Twitter at Real6Fig. This is where I'm dropping links to live streams, upcoming videos, charts when I do not have a chance to get to YouTube to create you guys a video. So if you guys could also smash that like button and subscribe, I would truly appreciate the support more than ever. Now, I'm going to establish a few things before we get into this. And there are really two different types of death crosses. I like to call them like sneak up on you, I'm going to surprise you death cross, or we have the reversal death crosses. There's two different types, in my opinion and experience, of trading. And I absolutely love trading the reversal death crosses. Now let's look at this. We can see that this 50 moving average is this purple line, and this yellow line is the 200 moving average. What is a death cross, folks? It's when price action strikes through the 50, strikes through the 200, and drags this 50 moving average or whatever moving average underneath the the higher moving average, such as a 200. I think the 50 moving average and the 200 moving average are probably some of the most widely used and accepted moving averages to identify death crosses. So I've seen some chatter on Twitter. I've seen some videos on YouTube, especially more than ever the last couple days, regarding death crosses. So I just thought I would chime in with my experience. Now, there are really two types of death crosses, like I mentioned. The type that just sneak up on you, and then there's the type that act as a reversal point. So we can see that on this Bitcoin chart, which we are looking on a daily chart, and I do think that the time frame is relevant when you're trying to identify death crosses. If you're seeing this on a minute chart, it's no big deal. I can assure you that. So with that said, I think a lot of people will use like daily charts, weekly charts, more than ever to really establish these death crosses. So we can see that price action railed right through the 50, railed right through the 200, back from April to June, May, June, somewhere in there. We all remember that terrible time in crypto when it was tanking. And then we had the death cross come late June. Looks like June 20th. So I'm just going to go ahead and throw down this vertical line. And we can really see that when this thing death crossed, we recovered. So this was damn near pointing that, hey, the bottom is here. We are going to start traveling on the up and up. And now I'm not denying that there was a lot of pain and suffering on the way down to this point. Death crosses do damage, no matter what kind they are, in most cases. So I think that when you're looking at a potential death cross, and when you're hearing people talk about the death cross, what's most relevant to me, at least as a trader and through my experience, of where price action was at before, where the 50 moving average was at before. I think that when we start to see, the price action in 50 moving average farther away from the 200, and then we start to see price action tank, this is when we will a lot of times see a recovery type of death cross occur. We can see in this case, price action, the 50 moving average was way out there. Way out there, folks. What happened when it came back in and death crossed? Over this damaging period of time, once things death crossed was really around the point, notice I say around the point, where price action reversed to hit new all-time highs. So simply because we've got a death cross currently showing on the charts, we can already recognize that, hey, there's been a lot of damage that's already been done. Now, we can also say that we may, in fact, be setting up for a bounce to the upside. My opinion, this doesn't always necessarily have to be a bad thing. So I would expect for the official death cross to come around next week, maybe somewhere January 15th, 14th, somewhere in there, maybe within the next week, I should say. So now we can see that in this previous instance, price action, the 50 moving average, was pretty far away from this 200 moving average. So I think that there might be a chance that this next death cross might act as a reversal point for the market. Now, I'm going to show you guys some other death crosses that are kind of like, hey, I'm going to sneak up and get you kind of death crosses. So they are the type that kind of catch people off guard more than ever. And let's get to some charts. Excuse me, folks. I am having trouble with TradingView being TradingView. Let's just see here. So here, if we look at Bitcoin dominance, this is kind of one of those, excuse me, I'm going to sneak up on you, bleed you dry, and drop the bottom off. I don't know if there's an official term for this. I'm just going to call it the sneak up on you death cross, where we had price action come up, drag the 50, and this is what's called a bull trap. You see a golden cross like this, price action come up through the 50, come up through the 200, pull this 50 moving average up above the 200. We've got a nice bull pennant, and what happens? It dumps. This is the bull trap. So we can see that, when we start to see price action in the 50 moving average close to this 200 moving average, and then we see this death cross, things just aren't always the same. And we will a lot of times see that, hey, there is possibly more damage coming. And here's another example of another bull trap, very similar to what we saw here, almost exactly. But the bottom falls out, and then it falls out even more. The death cross needs to do its damage at the end of the day, but it really just depends. So let's look at another one, and let's see. I'm liking, here's a great example of a reversal death cross. Komodo, one of the most underrated coins in my opinion right now, UTXO Alliance coin. But we can see that where this death cross actually happened was a very nice reversal point. And let's just kind of, come on, TradingView. Come on, baby. Trying to just look here. Here's an example for StormX. When we start to see, a death cross like this occur, we can see that it really was no big deal at the time. Price action was consolidating sideways, but then the bottom just kind of fell off. So I do think, like I said, folks, I think StormX is going to suffer here a little bit more possibly, but it is relevant, I guess, is what I'm trying to say. And here's almost another example within the StormX chart of a reversal on a death cross. You can see it. Price went from down here to up here. So it like I said, it really is, in my opinion, relevant. And I apologize for these TradingView. Come on, TradingView. There we go. Here's one. Classic. Cardano. I'm just going to go ahead and get rid of this. But we can see how, I'm speculating that there's a nice corrective wave here down to this trend line. But we can see how close the 50 moving average, how close price action was to this 200 moving average. Price just kind of slipped underneath. And once this death cross happened, it was still, not a good reversal point, because we can see where price has gone since. I do think it'll continue to go even lower, but it's just kind of what I'm trying to illustrate here. That a death cross isn't always necessarily a bad thing when you hear of a death cross on the charts. Now, I never thought we'd see a $1.18 Cardano for a while, but it is what it is. Here we are. I mean, it's kind of one of these things where, here's a great example within band. We had the daily death cross, price action went up. I mean, it is what it is. Relevance from price action and time price was above the 50, time price was above the 200. If it's way blown out like this, I mean, you can kind of make decisions for yourself at this point. I think I've illustrated my point enough on this topic right now, and I am hoping that on the Bitcoin charts, at least, we are seeing some sort of reversal take place, because we have already kind of suffered here. The only thing I don't really like about this right now is that there could possibly be a head and shoulders pattern that is on the charts. So it is what it is, folks. But I'm Six Fig Stock Trader. Hope you guys found this video interesting. I hope you guys realize now that a death cross doesn't always mean we are going to plummet off the face of the earth. So with that said, big shout out to all the Patreons. Thank you guys so much for all the support. If you're interested in supporting the channel, it's $3 a month. You'll get your name, YouTube channel name, or business name up on this banner. We'll see you all on the next video.